And our next topic is the interference of light. Interference of light means when two light waves of similar frequencies having a zero or constant phase difference. Once again, when two light waves of similar frequencies having a zero or constant phase difference propagates in a medium simultaneously in the same direction due to their superimposition of these waves, the maximum intensity is at few points and the minimum intensity at the other few points. Thus, this is called the interference of the light waves. That means when two light waves are traveling in a medium, these two are superimposed to each other. Due to this superimposition, the light intensity will be maximum at some points and minimum at some points. That type of phenomenon is nothing but a interference of light. So, at maximum intensity we are observing constructive interference, at minimum intensity we are observing destructive interference. So, in this we are knowing the fringe width. What is about the fringe width? The distance between the centers of two constructive, the distance between the center of two constructive bright or dark fringes are called the fringe width. That means the constructive dark fringes are constructive bright fringes, distance between these two constructive bright or dark fringes is nothing but a fringe width. So, the angular fringe width is mentioned with theta, that is equal to lambda by d. So, lambda is the wavelength of the light and d is the distance between the two coherent sources, distance between the two coherent sources. Next, the resultant intensity is given by, so for this resultant intensity, so the superimposition of two light waves give a certain intensity. So, the resultant intensity is mentioned with the equation I equal to 4 I naught into cos square phi by 2. Here I naught is the maximum intensity and phi is the resultant intensity. So, for two waves with intensities I1 and I2 with phase phi, resultant intensity will be equal to I equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 into root of I1 I2 into cos phi is the resultant intensity. So, when unpolarized light is having intensity I naught passes through a polarized intensity of emergent light. That means here we are considering two different sources. So, the first source is the unpolarized light and the second source is the I. So, the unpolarized light having intensity I and the polarized light intensity is I. So, then the I equal to I naught by 2. That means the polarized light intensity is half the unpolarized light intensity. That means I equal to I naught by 2. Next, polarization of light. Polarization of light means the electrical vibrates can be the process of confining the vibrations of electric field of light into a single plane is called a polarization of light. That means the electric field vibrations will be contained in a plane, that is the polarization of the light. So, a plane containing the vibrations of a light, that is nothing but a plane of vibrations, and a plane perpendicular to the plane of vibrations is called the polarization. And last point is the polarization takes place only in transverse waves. Polarization can be executed only in transverse nature. Diffraction can be observed in both longitudinal and transverse nature, and interference can be observed in transverse nature. Okay. So, once again I will repeat interference. Interference is nothing but when two light waves of similar frequency are traveling in a medium, they are superimposed to each other. We will get a maximum intensity at some points and the minimum intensity at the some points. The maximum intensity points are nothing but a constructive interference and the minimum points is nothing but a destructive interference. Fringe width. Fringe width is nothing but a distance between the two constructive bright or dark is nothing but a fringe width. It is angular fringe width is theta equal lambda by 2. Lambda is the wavelength of the light, d is the distance between two coherent sources, and the resultant intensity we are observing I equal to 4 I naught into cos of phi. Here I naught is the maximum intensity term. We are considering two sources of intensity I1 and I2. The resultant intensity I equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 into root of I1 I2 cos phi. And then when unpolarized light of intensity I naught is passes through a polarized light intensity I, then we will get I equal to I naught by 2. And polarization of light, the process of confining the vibrations of electric field of light in the electric field vibrations in a plane is nothing but a polarization. So, a plane containing a vibrations is called the plane of vibrations, and a plane perpendicular to the plane of vibrations is called a polarization. So, the polarization takes place only in transverse wave. The polarization can take place only in transverse nature, transverse waves. Next we have just two topics, I will explain you. And next our topic is law of Malus. Law of Malus means when the plane polarized light of intensity, when plane polarized light of plane polarization means the plane perpendicular to the plane of vibration is called the plane polarization. So when the plane polarized light of intensity I naught falls on a polarizer with an angle, polarizer means that is the polarizer which polarizes the unpolarized light into the polarizing light. So polarizer with an angle theta to the axis of polarizer, then intensity will be intensity of refracted light is I equal to I naught cos square theta. Here theta is the axis of polarizer and I naught is the intensity of the plane polarized and I is the intensity of the refracted light. So the Brewster's law is nothing but for polarization by reflection mu equal to, for polarization by reflection due to the polarization can be done by reflection. So reflection mu equal to tan IP. IP is the intensity, polarization intensity. Mu is the refractive index of the reflecting surface and IP is the angle of polarization. This is the Brewster's law. Here we are observing some diagram. This is the unpolarized light, this is the refracted light and this is the reflected light. Unpolarized and unpolarized light, this is the polarized light. That means the reflected light is the polarized light and this is the light. This is the IP, angle of polarization, and this is the angle of refraction R. This is the refracted light. So the unpolarized lights are refracted light and this is also unpolarized light. So we will get the polarized by due to the reflection. This is the Brewster's law. And the first I will explain law of Malus means I equal to I naught cos square theta and Brewster's law is nothing but a mu equal to tan IP. That means the refractive index, mu is the refractive index, IP is the angle of the polarization. So in this the polarized light is produced due to the reflection, not refraction. This is our Brewster's law and our chapter wave optics, and tomorrow onwards we will discuss the question and answers. So today's class is over and the total lesson wave optics can be completed, and tomorrow we will start the question and answers, and then thank you.